Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, where today I am doing something that I saw Katie Marie do, where she did a palette bingo using her 10 highest ranked palettes from the previous year. So these are my 1 through 10 highest ranked palettes from 2022, and I'm going to do a palette bingo with them, and it's going to be something. So if you want to see that, then stick around. If you've never been here before, hello, my name is Rachel. I am a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. I really enjoy playing with eyeshadow, but particularly colorful eyeshadow, and I upload multiple videos every week that are all eyeshadow related content. So if you want to see that sort of thing, you're definitely in the right spot. Please do consider liking and subscribing before you leave, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss new videos. And without further ado, let's get going with this one, because it's probably going to be a little bit time intensive. Before we get started with bingo, I did want to show you guys really quickly. This is my most recent ColourPop haul. This is possibly the first time I've ever ordered anything from ColourPop that didn't involve eyeshadow palettes, but let's be real, I have a lot of palettes. There are new ones that are coming in. There are other brands that I want to try. I have decluttered a lot of ColourPop palettes lately, but I really like their creme gel liners and some of their lip products. So I'm just going to do a quick swatching for you guys here of what I got. We're going to start with 2 lip oils. These are the 2 lip oils I got. I have the shade Paper Pansy, which is sort of a soft pinky lavender. This is Paper Pansy. It's just a really light, it's their lip oils, which are very, very lightly tinted. I really like their lip oils. They feel very smooth and hydrating, and they last for a while. And then this one is probably going to have a bit more pigment. This is the shade Cosmic Click, and it's more of a hot pink. I shopped their sale, so all of these were on sale when I bought them, and I got them all for a good price. So here's a lovely light pink lip oil. Again, really lightly tinted and pigmented. They just add a hint of color, a lot of shine, and a lot of moisture. So these are the lip oils that I got, and I'm excited about them because I was getting low on the 2 that I had before. I also wanted to try their glowing lip formula. So I bought 2, again, from the sale page. These are both from the In the Springs collection, and I haven't tried this formula at all. So I'm gonna probably wear one of these today, but I wanted to swatch them both just to see the colors. This first shade is called Mid-Century. It's sort of a brick terracotta kind of shade, and it looks like this. And again, I'm really curious about the formula. I don't like lipstick. I always find lipstick to be quite drying. I really prefer balms and oils and stuff, but I've heard that these are really nice and smooth. They give you more pigment than the oils, obviously, but they're still soft, and they're not drying, and they're not unpleasant or really sticky. So I'm curious to see how these work. So here's Mid-Century, and then this other one I got is called Desert Aura, and this is more of an orange tone, which was definitely inspired by Angelica because she loves orange. That's a pretty color. I have the lip oil Hot Spark, which is like their most orange lip oil. But I wanted something that would bring in a little bit more pigment so that when I feel like wearing orangish colors on my lips, I had some sort of option that brought in a little bit more color. And this, I think, is gonna fit the bill. I don't know how this one is gonna look on me. Honestly, I'm so unused to wearing lots of pigment on my lips. It's gonna feel weird to wear anything other than, like I said, an oil or a chapstick, but we'll try. And now I also got 3 new creme gel liners. This is just a blue. It's pretty much going to replace my big splash color, which is getting low. It's not gone, but it's low. So this is the shade Crystal Crush, and it's a bit more vibrant, more of an electric blue. Super pretty. It's not as light as Big Splash. And then these 2 were in a bundle pack from their basketball series. These are called, let's see, the purple one is called Champs, and it's a deep, rich purple shade. And I have been wanting a purple for ages. Truth be told, I wanted more of a light purple, like a soft lavender color, but they didn't have that one as an option, at least not in the sale site, so I grabbed that. I grabbed Champs instead. It was also paired with Fade Away, which is more of a bronze gold. This one actually looks like a decent replacement for the Toucan Do It liner. This one is definitely more deep in bronze. Toucan Do It is kind of a metallic gold yellow. It's super pretty, but it's discontinued. So Fade Away might be a good replacement. Anyway, all of that to say, this is my most recent ColourPop haul. This is what the low buy ColourPop haul looks like. And I'm actually really excited about all these things because I really wanted to try the glowing lip formula. I love the lip oil formula, and I really enjoy their creme gel liners too. Now, let's get into choosing these colors for palette bingo. Okay, so here are the top 10 palettes that I ranked out of my collection in 2022. We're going to start with number 10 and work up to number 1. And my daughter is here because she wanted to be the one to select the number. She's just going to randomly select a number from 1 to however many are in the palette. So we're going to start with the Solmone 2 palette from Oden. This palette has 5 times 3 is 15 shades. So from 1 to 15. 3. That is the shade Neptune. So I'm going to swatch on my arm as we go. And probably have to write this down somewhere. But here's the shade Neptune. That's Neptune from Solmone 2. All right, next we've got the Hummingbird palette. This was number 9 in my ranking for 2022. And there are 12 shades in here, 3 times 4. So what number do you want? 1 through 12. 5. Oh, Tropics. That's actually going to go nicely with my matte. So here's the shade Tropics from the Hummingbird palette. Beautiful, beautiful turquoise aqua sort of shimmer. Next is the Norns palette, also from Oden. You can see that Oden fared very well in my ranking for 2022. Here's the Norns palette, and we have 4 times 4, which is 16.
Oh, let's do number 16.
Number 16 is Charming. I haven't used this one in a while.
Man,
this
you're getting all the blues.
I know. So far, it's looking like a blue look. Here's the shade Charming from Oden.
Oh,
this is one of the most
so
exciting
pretty.
shimmers in the palette. This is sort of a blue-purple duochrome. So here we've got the Dirty Martini palette from Glamlight, my favorite green palette. And this one has 3 times 5, that's 15 shadows.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Dirty Martini. This is going to look good with all of the other colors I've gotten so far. Lots of blue-green tones. Here's the shade Dirty Martini. It's a really nice, sort of a spring green matte. So there we go. That's Dirty Martini. All right, we've got the Queen Bee palette. This must have been number 6 in my ranking of the year. Queen Bee has 6 shades, so what number do you want?
4.
All right, number 4 is, oh, this one right here. Honeycomb. Sort of a harvest orange. The shadows in this palette are so pigmented. They're so good. All right, so now this is definitely a new color brought into our color scheme. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that, but it's going to look beautiful with this green. It's just going to be a bit of a contrast from the blues over here, so we will see. Here we've got At Forest Sight from ColourPop and Raw Beauty Christie. And this, I think, is 12. Yeah, 4 times 3 is 12.
Oh, 8.
Number 8. This is number 8, Amanita, which is kind of a berry matte, but has a little bit of sparkle in it. Very pigmented and bright. That's pretty. That's like a lovely berry burgundy wine kind of color. And there's a little bit of sparkle, but ColourPop's sequin formula is their matte with sparkles, and usually the sparkles sort of disperse as you blend. They act as mattes. Here we've got the Flare palette from Ace Beauté. I think this one has 15. Yes, 15 shadows.
13.
Number 13 is Forest Pine. Ooh, my deep teal matte. So here's the shade Forest Pine from the Flare palette. So far, I've got a pretty cohesive color story. I actually think that berry is a really cool pop of color. So next up is the Hela palette between Oden and Angelica Nyquist. This one has 16 shades.
11.
Number 11. 10, 11. Oh no, the shade Wolf. This is my least favorite shade in the whole palette. Oh man, this is such a boring color. It's gonna look fine with these tones over here, but this is a really unflattering color on my skin. I don't know. I might use it to blend out this orange or something. I haven't obviously decided what I'm gonna do, but it might be okay because there are so many shades to use in this video that having something like that, which I kind of don't want to use, it'll be easy to use it in a very small way. At number 2, I placed the Wilderness palette from Beauty Bay. Such a good palette, and this one has 5 times 4, 20 shadows.
1.
Number 1. Oh man, number 1. See, I know the palette well enough to know what shadow it is. It's the shade called Snow, which is the most unexciting color in the palette. It's lighter than my skin tone, but it's just a really dull ivory kind of color. This will probably end up on the brow bone. You guys can't even see the swatch, I'm sure. I swear I'm swatching it. Super boring shade. I really wish that shadow were actually a very vibrant white matte that would have made it so much better. But as it is, this is the snow shade, which you can't see, but it's there. I promise it's there. And finally, the Merry Christmas palette from Oden's Eye was my #1 ranking for the 2022 year. So good, so pretty, and this has 16 shadows.
3.
Number 3, ooh, Jingle Bell, a mossy green shimmer. It's got some gold in it too. On the skin, it looks a lot less green, but it's green. It's sort of a green gold kind of thing. It's very pretty. So there we go. I am going to go off camera and figure out what to do with these colors. Now I have to say, you may have noticed this in the video. When I swatched the Hela palette, I swatched the wrong color. My daughter chose the number 11, and I was thinking there were 5 across, so I said 10, 11. That's not accurate. This right here is actually number 11. This is the shade Hellfire, and it's a pink gold duochrome. So here's the Hellfire shade. And honestly, I'm much more excited about this one than I am about the one that I thought was chosen. So what I did was I swatched all these colors onto a piece of paper. So this is the actual color story that we're working with. Here's the Hellfire shade, which was swapped out for the one that I was incorrect about. Let me tell you what my plan is. And then because it was probably going to take a little while, I'll speed up the video and do just music overlay while I do the eye look. My plan is to do a 3-tone crease. So I think I'll start with this one in my crease, and then move to this one, and then move to this deepest green. I think I'll do this purple berry shade in the outer corner, and then the 2 blue shimmers on the lid space. Then on the lower lash line, I'm going to start with the green and fade it into this one, and then I'll lay down these 2 shimmers on the lower lash line, and then this snow shade from Wilderness I'll probably use to help blend things out, or as a brow bone highlight, or maybe put as a base for the inner corner highlight before adding in some sparkle on top, which will most likely be this one here, Hellfire. That is my plan. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but I do know it's going to be fun. So I'm going to prime my eyes with the Glamlight Icing Primer. We're going to zoom in and get going. Whew. 10 colors is a lot to put in one eye look. But this is the final result as far as the shadows go. I think I want to add in a very neutral, light colored waterline color. So this is the shade Extra Frosting from ColourPop. Everything that I'm using is linked down below in the description box. So there we go. I'm going to go off camera and do a winged eyeliner, mascara, finish everything up, and then I'll be back to put on one of my new lip colors, and we'll see the finished result. All right, guys, here we go. Like I said, it is a lot to put 10 shadows on your eyes, but this was so much fun. On my face, I used the Tulum palette from BH Cosmetics as a highlighter, and before that, I used my Tarte blush palette. I've decided to use these 2 products on my lips. Definitely this one, maybe this one, we'll see. This is the Glowing Lip from ColourPop in the shade Mid-Century, and I am just really curious to see how this formula is, so I'm gonna try it out. It's really easy to go on. It's soft and glides on nice and smoothly. It's got a good amount of pigment, but not so much that I feel like I'm really wearing like a true lipstick. And it feels kind of matte. So I am going to take this shade, which is the lip oil in the shade Paper Pansy, and I'm putting this right on top. Now, of course, these don't add much color. So this is really just going to add a bit of shine. And there we go. Bit of shine and moisture, which I really like. That's pretty. I think that's pretty. Okay, so here is the look. This is my palette bingo with 10 eyeshadows. It's a lot, but I think it's really pretty. I'm really enjoying the play of cool versus warm tones, and I like the shimmers on the bottom of like the lower lash line with the base of the mattes. I think it's really lovely. Overall, I can't complain about the color story that I got. It could have been much worse. And you saw from my palette choices that I had a lot of blue and green heavy palettes at the top of my ranking, so it's not surprising to me that I got, what, 4 blues? Palette bingos are so much fun because they really push you. They really challenge you. 10 shades is a lot. Generally, I do 5. But I was inspired by Katie Marie's video when she did this with her ranking. By the way, I will link Katie's video down in the description box. I'm also going to link my 2022 palette ranking in case you want to see where other palettes landed in my total ranking for my whole collection for 2022. I had a lot of fun with this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe before you leave and hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos. I've got lots more coming, lots and lots of fun, lots of pretty eyeshadow. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. And until I see you again, I hope you have a great day. Bye!